Apologies, wrong identification. These are in fact Mercians, being led by men loyal to Ethelflaed, daughter of Alfred the Great. And being led by Gurth. On the top of the hill, a challenge. Now, would anyone in their own right minds try to attack that shield wall at the top of the hill?
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the Saxons, a brutal horde that have come in, are all Ethelflaed's men. They are now chastising the Vikings that have all fled and some of the warriors that are now on the hill. I believe the Viking warriors are led by Colonel Alfredson.
Just in your level. Keep in front of the speakers. Keep the stand of speakers.
As you can hear, the Saxons now are all calling the Vikings cowards. I don't think they're cowards, are they? Who said that? Right, we'll have it.
Who?
As you can see, the Vikings are now starting to come down some of the hill. You can see all of them are armed with either spears, axes, some may have swords. Again, the Saxons, some have mail on them, some are unmailed. As my good colleague said, this was around about the early part of the 9th century. Alfred the Great had actually died, and there was a power trying to come in, trying to seize land. They were the Vikings. They thought that they could come down and just take land because King Alfred had died. Little beknowing to them was not only had he got a son to fight for his lands in England, or Mercia as we now know it, but he also had a daughter that was revered by most of her warriors. She was Ethelflaed, and she was no mean feat. She wasn't a woman to be toiled with. These are her men. Ethelflaed was renowned not only for leading her men, but she also, while her husband Ethelred was still alive, she had a lot to say with regards to their lands. Some even were to say that she ruled, not her husband. And as you can see by her brave warriors that have come here today to try and get her land back, she obviously ruled with an iron fist. As you can see, the two sides now are forming lines. a shield wall. And if the shield wall is done correctly, this should be hard to penetrate, to get through. This banging of shields obviously was to try and frighten the opponent. Try and get those that were not used to warfare to turn and run. It looks as though they're quite evenly matched both sides this time though. As you can see this side, by the tree, we have a gentleman, I think, with the ultimate weapon. It was a Dane axe. As you can see, even brave Halfdan, who stands at over 6'6", is finding it hard to stand against this Dane axe. Most of the time, if a Dane axe came at you, you either survived or died. You were very fortunate if you were to survive. It also looks like the Vikings have got their flag bearer there. And I think that's the flag of Viking, which is one of the Viking troops. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, who are you going to cheer for? Are you going to cheer for the Saxons? Any of you going to cheer for the Vikings? Oh, come on, can't see you cheering. You're cheering. That's better.
Go on, you Vikings! There's always one, isn't there? She said cheer.
There was a lot of toing and froing, a lot of recouping with regards to the shield wall. For any of you that were here earlier, you might have seen the weapons display. We have, that was a javelin that's just been thrown. We also have one-handed and two-handed spears. We have axes, different sizes, both bearded, normal straight axes. And if you were fortunate enough, you'd have a sword. Most of the warriors also had a shorter knife, which they took on, and if they lost their primary weapons, they could use this. As you can see, here, Colonel Alfredson have come out to parley. Parley is the act that they do to try and talk things, to reason things out, before they all lose valuable warriors.
That'd be scary, wouldn't it? No one go near it. You decapitate the tree in one blow. Imagine trying to make them a chainmail vest. What? Imagine trying to make them a chainmail shirt, 69-inch chest. You'd have to do at least a 78-inch chest. That's
Come on, bossy. Don't get some elephant armour. Big enough.
I might go up there and fight some money.
No, you won't. Just sit there. They're not supposed to be there.
This parley was also a requirement, as you can imagine, ladies and gentlemen. Fighting, especially in chainmail, was a very, very heavy, hot thing. So a lot of the men needed women folk, young boys, that to take on water for them so that they could get some water. Because obviously they didn't want their warriors to die of exhaustion and lack of water.
Do you want to be a water wench?
No.
It looks like they've chosen a couple of their warriors to fight each other. This was also done. Again, this would save on losing a lot of warriors. These warriors would go up against each other. Sometimes this would actually solve the problem. Battle of Champions. As you can see, they didn't fight clean. They were dirty fighters. They did look after each other's comrades. Obviously that parley did not work. They're unhappy. The Vikings want to keep this land. Mercia was quite a fertile land, still is. It was a good land. The Vikings could reach it by the rivers. They're not happy about giving it back to Ethelflader. However, Ethelflader also wants to get it back for the same reason, and also for her brother, who then becomes king. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this will be a good time to shout for the side you want to win. Either shout Vikings or Saxons.
Oh, been there, done that.
Looks very much like we have wounded and possibly dead on both sides. As you can see, these battles with parleys, intervals, and coming back can go on for hours. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't like to be fighting a female for hours.
Yeah, you can see it.
Ooh. Some of these Vikings, they fight dirty. They do. Vikings winning! Got some of the Vikings surrounded. It looks like they're pushing them back. They'll have to win that one. He's still bringing his game out.
Come on, you guys! And I tell you what, if you surrender now, I'll let you live.
Oh, just have one with Viking warriors. Have them.
Surrender now and I'll let you live. This is your last warning.
I think he's got a bit of Welsh in him.
There aren't enough of you to kill me.
And even though he looks like he's a fantastic warrior,
You surrender to us.
he's quite a rich warrior because he has a sword. For some reason, he's fighting with no shoes on.
I took him off to prove something. But I am not scared of thistles or nettles like these bunch of horses.
Do you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? He's taken his shoes off to show how hard he is against the thistles and the nettles.
Come on, let's fight through it.
But first I must know your name.
We're going to hand off it. And you are about to die.
Take him down.
Again, this is another way of trying to win fights. And it looks like Viking on this last season, it also looks like on a lot of them taken a wound. And he's being helped back up, possibly to die. I think I was right. The Welsh have got loads of knights and skills in battle. Shoeless or not?
And I have.
Oh, there might be a little bit of real feeling going on now. He was offered to fight for the Saxons for Everflader, but it looks like, yes he did, he turned it down. Oh, he was a very, very brave Welshman. No, very dead Welshman. Oh, we still have one more Viking. As you can see, coming again. 10 of the 11 Saxon warriors. And he's also being given the opportunity to change sides and come and fight for Everflader. We've also got the flag bearer chastising them and saying he's not going to surrender. Three against one now. One with the one-handed spear, the others with swords. Oh dear. A brave Viking warrior. Unfortunately, that's true. The one remaining Viking looks like he's lifting off with a horse. So we now have
Keep on the door, he's running away.
Thurston's been won on behalf of Ethelflader. Now they go round and they will gather any weapons that they think would be helpful to them. This is usually where a warrior that survived, if they are a poorer warrior, maybe a farmer that's come to fight for Ethelflader, usually gains a sword or an axe, an extra axe, or a day axe. So they look like they've got quite a few different weapons now. They'll take them back and obviously they'll be reused, given to more warriors. As you may know, ladies and gentlemen, Ethelflader went on not only to come here to Tutbury, but she also